Welcome. Let's step into the story. My name is Lucas, and I want to share my story with you. My life used to be simple, quiet, and calm. Nothing too exciting ever happened to me. But everything changed very quickly when I turned 31 years old. I lived in a small town where everyone knew each other. I had a small apartment with just enough space for me and my things. I worked at a little store in town, helping people every day. My life was not special, but I felt happy and content. I had a few good friends and my family lived close by. Then one day, a new girl came to our town. Her name was Grace, and she was different from anyone I had ever met. She was beautiful, full of energy, and always smiling. Her kind smile made my heart feel warm every time I saw her. We started talking and quickly became friends. We liked the same movies, music, and food. We went on long walks together and held hands under the evening sky. We laughed together, watched movies, and slowly we fell deeply in love. For one whole year, everything felt perfect and magical. We talked about our future almost every night. We planned to buy a bigger house together one day. We dreamed about traveling to new cities, new countries, and seeing the world. Our life was full of love, hope, and happiness. It felt like nothing could ever go wrong for us. Then, one quiet evening, everything changed forever. Grace came to me, her face serious and full of worry. Her hands were shaking slightly, and my heart started to beat fast. I asked her softly, "Grace, what is wrong? You look scared. Are you okay?" She took a deep breath and looked straight into my eyes. Then she said 3 words that changed my life completely. "Lucas, I am pregnant." I felt my whole body freeze. My heart was beating so fast, I could hear it in my ears. My mind went blank. A baby? We were still so young. I did not feel ready to be a father. I thought about our small apartment and about money. I had so many questions and no answers. I was scared, but I could see fear in Grace's eyes, too. She was just as scared as I was. In that moment, I knew I had to be strong for her. I held her cold hand tightly and said, "Okay, we will get through this. We will face this together." But something changed after that day. Our happy home started to feel heavy and quiet. Grace stopped smiling. She stopped laughing. She no longer wanted to go out or meet her friends. She stayed alone in our room most of the time. Every day, I tried to talk to her and comfort her. I told her, "Grace, we are a team. We can do this. I am with you." But she just shook her head sadly. One night she said, "I am not ready for this, Lucas. I am not ready to be a mother." Her words worried me more than anything. A few months later, our daughter was born. We named her Ella, a name that meant light or beautiful. She was so small, so soft, and so beautiful. She had my eyes and a tiny nose. I loved her the very moment I saw her. But Grace was still sad, still quiet. Even in the hospital, she didn't smile much. She did not hold Ella for very long. When we came home, life became even harder. Ella cried a lot, especially in the middle of the night. Grace and I barely slept at all. We were both exhausted and tired all the time. I tried my best to help as much as I could. I learned how to warm milk and change tiny diapers. I walked with Ella at night, whispering softly to make her sleep. One afternoon I came home from work. The house was too quiet. It was not a normal quiet. It felt heavy and strange. I went to Ella's room. She was crying in her bed, but Grace was not there. My heart started to race. I searched every room in the house. She was not in the kitchen, not in the bedroom, not anywhere. Then I saw it, a small piece of paper on the kitchen table. My hands were shaking as I picked it up. It was a note from Grace. It said only a few words. "I am sorry, Lucas. I cannot be a mother. I have to leave." My world stopped. I ran to our room and saw that all her clothes were gone. All her things were gone. Grace had left me. She had left our little Ella, too. The house felt painfully quiet. I was now a single father at 25. I stood in the silent house with my crying baby in my arms, and in that moment, I promised I would raise her alone, no matter how hard it would be. I felt completely and totally alone after Grace left us. The first few weeks were some of the hardest days of my entire life. Ella needed me every minute of the day and night. I could not go to work anymore, so I had to quit my job. Soon, my savings started to disappear faster than I imagined. I did not have enough money for food or even for baby diapers. I was scared, truly scared, and I did not know what to do next. I had no choice. I packed our clothes into 2 small bags and left our apartment behind. I went back to my parents' house, carrying Ella in my arms. I felt ashamed and broken, like I had failed as a man and as a father. But my parents opened their door without hesitation. They hugged me and told me everything would be okay. They were a huge help in the darkest moment of my life. My mother was amazing. She loved Ella the second she saw her. She helped me care for her, fed her, rocked her to sleep at night. Her love gave me the strength I thought I had lost. After some weeks, I found a new job in town. It was hard work for very little pay, but I took it without complaint. I worked all day, and my mother watched Ella while I was gone. Every evening I came home with aching feet and a tired back. But when I saw Ella's happy little smile, my tiredness simply melted away. She became my reason to keep going, my light in the darkness. Life was a struggle, but I kept going. I worked. I cared for Ella, and I slept whenever I could. That was my life for a very long time. I saved every single dollar I could, even when it meant going without things I wanted. Ella slowly grew. She learned to sit, to walk, and to say her first words. I gave her baths, sang silly songs, and told her bedtime stories until she fell asleep. It was just me and her against the world. After a few years of saving, I finally had enough money for a place of our own. It was a small apartment with just 1 bedroom and a tiny kitchen. It was not much, but it was ours. A true home. We became a little family, just the 2 of us. We built our own quiet and happy life together. We ate dinner at the same table every night and shared little stories about the day. On weekends, we went to the park, played games, and laughed together. One evening, Ella was 6 years old. We were sitting on the sofa reading a storybook before bed. She looked at me with her big, innocent eyes. Then she asked the question I had been afraid of for years. She said softly, "Daddy, where is my mommy?" I took a deep breath and my heart hurt inside my chest. It was a question I had always known would come. I hugged her close and said gently, "Your mommy went away a long time ago, sweetheart. But I am here, and I will always be here for you. I love you more than anything in the world." Ella hugged me back tightly and smiled softly. In that moment, I felt something warm in my heart. My life was not the life I had planned when I was young. It was harder, yes, much harder, but it was also full of a very special kind of love. I was no longer just Lucas, the quiet man from a small town. I was Ella's father, and that was the most important job I could ever have. Thank you for listening. To hear more stories like this, please like, subscribe, and share.